I got the perfect thing for you today. It's kind of hard for some people to kind of pick up those skills in order to transition maybe outside of IT career into a career that's actually inside of the information technology field. But let me tell you, you definitely can do it. Doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter like where you live or just your economic status. It doesn't matter any of that. You can definitely do IT. So this video is definitely for you. I'm going to show you how to do it. So definitely stay tuned. Let's go. Here we go. If you want to get an IT and you want to get your foot in the door, what you have to do is to have to start learning how to do labs. OK, labbing is simply just doing home projects or just working on your own devices or your own systems in order to learn the things that you need to learn. This is beneficial because once you go to a job interview, you'll be able to kind of explain to people what you know about. You'll be able to explain, hey, I know about Windows operating system, or I know about this computer, or I know how to do open up this virtual machine. It's just kind of like things like that. Had a situation too, my wife's computer, it wasn't working right. And she basically just brought it to me and just, she said, hey, can you fix this computer? Basically the scenario, what was going on with it is the computer, when she would like type something in on the computer, let's say, she tried to type in the @ symbol. It didn't put the @ symbol, but it put another character on the keyboard, which it put like the asterisk or the quotation symbol. And then vice versa. When we press the quotation button, it actually put in the @ symbol. So, right away, she was like, what's going on with the computer? And when she brought the issue to me, I wasn't really sure what was going on with it either. But the point that I'm just making is that when it comes to information technology, it's just like working for help desk or working for some kind of entry level position, or even just working in some kind of upper level position when you get in IT, you're going to be faced with tons of different scenarios, tons of different issues. You're going to be dealing with different people that deal with different issues, and you're going to have to be able to fix those as an IT technician, whether you're doing like IT support, help desk, things like that. So basically the basic fix was basically we just had to go inside of the keyboard settings and just switch it from, I think it was like in UK mode. So like if you go into your computer settings, you have an option for your keyboard, and then you have an option for, you can click on the device, and then once you pull up the keyboard, it gives you an option to change it to, I think there's a UK setting, and then there's a US setting. So for some reason, the laptop, it got switched to the UK setting. So that's basically what was going on with it. Now, this brings me to my next point. So yeah, you're trying to get an IT, so you don't necessarily know everything. You don't know like everything there is to know about computers, and that's fine. Like you could be a fireman, or you could be a policeman, and you could be transitioning into IT, and you can learn this job. It's not hard to learn. You just have to really know when it comes to information technology. It's really about just knowing how to come and get the answers that you need. So let's say this issue right off the bat, she brought the laptop to me. I wasn't sure how to fix the issue. I did a little bit of troubleshooting just off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? Like I grabbed the computer and I start pressing buttons. She said the @ symbol didn't work. So basically I just tried to reproduce the issue that she was having on the computer. And so I pressed the @ symbol. Okay, she's right. It didn't work. So I had to come up with a different idea to figure out to test the situation to see if I could get more information about what's going on with the laptop. Okay. So basically I just pressed a whole bunch of buttons on the laptop keyboard, and then I saw that, okay, well, the quotation button works. So vice versa, I hit the @ symbol, and I just basically just kind of evaluated what was going on with the laptop. And that's what you're going to do when you get in your entry level IT position, or when you're working in information technology. Like I say, you're going to have tons of different scenarios where you're going to have to test whatever the customer's issue is. You're going to have to test that and reproduce it to see if you can kind of figure out what to do next, or what direction you need to go into. All right. One thing I do want to mention that is like when it comes to troubleshooting, troubleshooting can be frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you're not going to have all of the answers. You're not going to know everything. You're not supposed to know everything. You know what I'm saying? Because like we're all human. We're just regular people, and like nobody knows everything. You know what I'm saying? The people that think they know everything, well, you just gotta stay away from the people because they don't know everything. All right. What I did with this situation, so she brought the laptop to me. I did a few tests on my own to kind of figure out what was going on with it, and I really couldn't figure it out. But I didn't panic. I didn't like start biting my nails. I didn't get all insecure because I didn't know the answer, because it's okay not to know the answer. Basically what I did is I used good old Chat GPT. All right. And so this is a good point that I'm making. Chat GPT is good. If you can't figure out an answer, you just don't know what to do. You've exhausted all kind of troubleshooting methods. You've tried this idea, you tried that idea, and you still you have no idea how to fix it. Here's where Chat GPT comes in. Basically, I just went to Chat GPT. I basically gave it a good prompt as far as what the problem was. What did I say? Let's say I said, I have a Lenovo laptop. It's Chromebook, and then it's unable to actually press, or it won't input the @ symbol when I press the @ symbol. And so basically I just inputted, or I just prompted it with what my problem was. Okay. And by doing that, it just kind of like gave me another avenue to be able to get an answer that I wouldn't have came up on my own. So immediately ChatGPT spit the answer out to me, you know what I'm saying? Just immediately. So yeah. So those of you who, if you're not too familiar with using ChatGPT, if you're not comfortable with using it, I totally understand that. Like if you can arrive to getting an answer to fixing a customer's issue or to fixing some type of a device issue, if you can arrive on it, on your own, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I commend you on that, but you got to keep in mind that you don't want to take too much time or take too much effort to try to figure something out when you can just simply just Google it. You know what I'm saying? So immediate IT jobs like IT help desk, IT support, Googling is fine. Like most employers, they're okay with that. The previous company that I used to work for, or really just all companies that I used to work for before, they allowed me to Google. It was no problem. Only company that didn't allow me to Google was actually Verizon. So they were kind of like big on not like using outside sources to get information to give to customers. I'll give you an example. So let's say a customer called in, and they had an issue with their laptop data card. The data card wouldn't connect to the network. So Verizon, they actually had like a database or a knowledge base or a KB. That's just what they call it. That's the IT term for it. They had some kind of knowledge base to where you could just simply Google the information. Not Google it, but you could just put in whatever the customer's issue is, and they have like a knowledge base that's laid out in sections that will actually help you solve that person's issue. But Verizon was very, very strict on that as far as following their directions. Like you can't use outside sources because I guess it may compromise their systems if you decide to use other sources other than what they provide. But nonetheless, other companies, they're more laid back and a little bit more cool about it. So I worked for several like tech companies. So, I'm not going to name them, but basically in my position, like I had a remote role where I did remote troubleshooting and remote technical support, and Googling is fine. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy though. I think, in my opinion, for an employee or employer to expect you to assist customers and to fix issues and to troubleshoot without being able to have like sufficient resources in order to get answers that you need to do your job. You know what I'm saying? So here again, I just want to iterate that if you don't have the necessary skills as far as you transferring from some other position, outside of IT, and you're coming into IT and you're kind of worried about, hey, am I going to be able to do these technical things? Am I smart enough to do it? Yes, I'm telling you, yeah, you're smart enough. You're not going to have all the answers. And really, the good thing about it is really, in my opinion, I think you like learn as you go. Okay. So you don't have the answer today, you know what I'm saying? But once you get exposed to an issue, then you actually start learning, and then you can just kind of take those skills and you can put them in your tool belt. And then, tomorrow you'll be able, if you come across that same issue, you'll be able to fix it because you have experience with it. And here again, when it comes to job interviewing and it comes to getting a job and speaking on what you can do in an actual job interview. So if you're going out for help desk, you know what I'm saying? Like you can talk about this experience, the issues that you fix. You can talk about that in your job interview. And matter of fact, not only can you talk about it, but you can talk about it with confidence. You know what I mean? You can talk about it with confidence because you actually did, the thing, you know what I'm saying? So you have firsthand experience on what to do, what not to do, what happened, just, everything about the scenario. So you should be able to kind of just regurgitate that back to an actual employer. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I want to mention? So that's, I guess that's one thing to think about too, is, just using your real world experiences to get experience in the information technology field. So yeah, you're at your parents' house or you're at your friend's house, and something like their PS5 breaks or something like that, or let's say like their Wi-Fi won't connect, or they don't know the password and they need to get access to some device or something like that. Well, that's where you come in. Like, if you like, this is the job that you say that you want. So you're gonna have to start taking it upon yourself to do what you have to do to start learning the skills. You can't really wait on anybody else to teach you these skills. Anybody can learn it. Like I say, I have a 12-year-old nephew. He can learn it. My mom can learn it. My dad, he can learn it. Well, he's already like technical, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knows computers and stuff like that, but anybody can learn it. You just have to be willing to do it, and you can definitely get it done. So just make sure that you keep your eyes open for different scenarios where you can, try to figure things out, like even your own devices, even your own computers, or your own just situational things that happen to you in everyday life. Just kind of start, just troubleshoot those. And that way you can get your experience that way. So with that being said, I appreciate you for hanging in. So if you enjoy these videos, make sure that you keep watching, and I appreciate you if you like, if you share, you subscribe to the videos. I appreciate that. And other than that, I just want to say keep God first and everything will be good. See you in IT. Bye.